I don't really like these modular rubber ones. Because now I got to kind of hold it up and keep it straight going into the head and turn it. Well, the rubber is just a pain. This is why I don't do compression checks. Just buy it, you know what I mean? Just buy it and hope that it has compression. All right, YouTubers, welcome back. My name's Dave. Like it has been since 1979.
No shit, Sherlock.
The year of the dragon? Nope, I made that up because I thought it sounded cool. But you found do it yourself, do it right. And well, today I got my Suzuki hat on. And I'm finally going to get to work on the Suzuki. You know, feeling better. So I figured, you know, I got a day off. It's cold. Why not come out in the garage and get a little colder while the stove goes, you know. So, gonna do some compression testing, see where we're at, and go from there. Because I really don't have a plan. I'm just winging it. So let's get into it. So if you're new to the channel, this is my 1971 Suzuki T350. I bought it off Marketplace for $200. It was a good deal. And I tried to get it running on 2 videos. Finally got it to run after spending another $100 on a pair of carburetors that actually weren't rusted, like to pieces. Aww. And now, well, I'm to the point to where, you know, there's a leak. There's a leak. You know, it's you know, it's. What I'm saying is, I think the head gasket is toast, but it does run. That's why I'm gonna do a compression check first. Make sure that somebody just didn't spill oil and then run it. You know, a lot, because now there's, you know, oil remnants there, and you know, I've scraped it from there, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to have very good compression. But for $200 and another $100, and I'm going to have to put another couple $100 in a chain and a sprocket and all the other good stuff that's not good. Not a bad deal, you know. Why not? It's a 2-stroker. It's cool. So that's what, you know, that's the rundown on the Suzuki. Okay, so I'm going to take the tank off. I'll hook up my compression tester. And let's kick this thing over a few times. I believe it should be like 125 psi in each cylinder. At least I think that's what I read when I was laying on a couch for 2 weeks doing nothing because, you know, I had a herniated disc. So let's see if we can not herniate the disc again while we're kicking this thing over. Now that I found my gloves, and before I lower this thing down, I might as well move some of this stuff out of the way. I cleaned all these parts up a while back, well, over a month ago now. And well, all these bolts and stuff, I'm not gonna remember where they go, so it'll be all right, I'm sure. I did also get some more, I did order some parts, got some parts in. I got a switch and a bracket for the brake light assembly for that side. Got that in. What else did I get in? Rubbers, other stuff. Oh, before I do that, let's take this thing off too. It's just sitting on here. Oh, spark plugs. Before I lower it down, I'm going to take these spark plugs out too, while they're in my teeth, rather than having to bend over, then they can't walk, you know. Been there, done that for a couple weeks. Don't want to do it again. Damn, who put these in? Hercules, Hercules. Woo. I don't know who put that sucker in there. Feeling a bit. Oh. Yeah, all right. Feeling a bit weak. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Girlfriend was up. Oh. Holy. Damn. I must have put this in with a breaker bar or something. Maybe I put them in when it was hot and now it's cold. Contracted. I guess that's how that works. Oh yeah, she's... Yeah. She's got fuel on it. Smells like oil also. I'm just gonna jam it in there, turn it a few times.
That's what she said.
You know, it's got O-rings on it, makes a seal. If you haven't done a compression test before, ooh, is it gonna fit? Oh, I might have to get a rubber. Oh, shoot. Oh, I think it'll work. Maybe not. Nope, it's gonna be angled. Is it gonna be angled? Yeah. Yep, don't want to strip the head out. Let's get the rubber. I don't really like using the rubber one. Because now I gotta kind of hold it up and keep it straight going into the head and turn it. Well, the rubber is just a pain. This is why I don't do compression checks. Just buy it, you know what I mean? Just buy it and hope that it has compression. That's what I do. I hope for the best. And this one is the cylinder in question. We'll do this one first. And down we go. Well, wrong one. That's up. This is down. And it's sitting on something. All right, let's get that out of the way. And down again. Nice. If you've never done a compression check before, basically all you got to do is hold the throttle wide open and kick your guts out and look at the gauge. You know, if I was a good YouTuber, I'd be able to do all this one-handed with something tied behind my back, but as you can already tell, I'm not that good. So let's give her a few kicks. All right, throttle wide open. Oh, well, all righty then. I mean, it's got good compression. Let me get you in here and show you. I mean, I don't really think it's gonna get much better than that. I mean, we're talking, that's 140. That's 140 PSI. If I yank that head off and, you know, I don't think I'm gonna get much better. Let's go, let's hook up the other side. All right, now I'm hooked up to the right side. Throttle wide open. Give her some kicks. When the tables are rocking, don't come a knocking.
Oh my God.
What do we got? Oh, we got a little less on this side. We got 135, 134-ish. Let's try that one again. That's odd because I thought the left side was the side that was going to be low or lower. here we go. What do we got? The exact same. 130, between 130 and 135. Well, those numbers are definitely not what I expected. Not in the least. I figured I was going to be really low on the left side cylinder and higher on the right, and I was completely wrong. Now what to do? Do I take the heads off? Do I just clean it up? Roll it the way it is? Continue on with the cleanup process, or do I take, I don't know. I bought the seals. I just feel as though I don't need to take it off. But this is an indication that there, you know, it's leaking somewhere. It's doing something. So you convinced me. I'm gonna pop this head off anyways, just because. This isn't. It's probably not gonna be. This is probably a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Let's pull this head off. All right, what size are we looking at? Ooh, that looks like a 15. I got a 17. Probably should just bring this whole kit over here, but I'm gonna be stubborn and walk back and forth 15 times, because that's what I do. That's a 15 and it doesn't fit. Oh, let's bring a 14 and a 13. What do we got? 14. 13 is going to be too small. Yep. There you have it, folks. It's a 14. Son of a ghost pipe. Oh. Well, maybe. Oh. That didn't seem too tight. Huh. I'm guessing those should be tighter than 1 hour. Yeah, probably. Probably should have checked the torque. Oh yeah. I shouldn't be able to do that. I bet you somebody was in here. Bet you somebody was in here and they didn't torque it back. Just a guess. That came off a lot easier than I expected. I don't know if these are specific to any place, so I'm putting them on my table where I take them out. Front left, front right, back left, back right. Ooh, that one's got some corrosion on it. Look at that corrosion. Have to clean that one up a little bit. The other ones are kind of greasy, oily. Yeah, washer, lock washer, washer, lock washer. All right, so they're all the same so far. Just leave them in there. So when I peel this head off, I can drop them down in the cylinder. That's about my luck. All right, let's see what this thing looks like. Just drop something. Stuff in between. See? Stuff in between the cylinder. There is absolutely there's absolutely no head gasket on here. There's nothing there. Nothing here either. So somebody's obviously been in here, took the head off and didn't put a gasket back on. Seems Seems like the right thing to do. And it still had, ooh, what is that? It's a rock. Okay, that's a rock. All right, I can see a gasket on the other side. No gasket on this side. That is, I guess that's par for the course with this motorcycle. Excuse me, I should not be surprised in the least, because there's other stuff that I've taken apart that's been missing stuff too. So why, you know, why I guess I shouldn't be surprised that I'm missing a whole head gasket. Like, who puts the head back on without a gasket and thinks that it's not going to leak oil? Like, for real. Like, who does that? Let's have a look-see at the top of this piston. Oh, well, it's clean down in there at least. Pop her up all the way to the top. Wow, not bad. Not bad at all, actually. I've seen worse. What do you guys think? I mean, it's got a little bit of blackness on there, but it's not terrible. I probably should look up to see what these marks are, but I'm not gonna. They had 140 psi without a gasket. So just imagine what the gasket's, just imagine what the psi is going to be when I put a gasket in it. I think I'm going to pop the other side off too and just put a fresh gasket over there. Even though I see it, it does look like, well, this could be coming over from this side, but let's somebody's been on this side. Let's make sure somebody hasn't been on the other side and just put a crappy gasket over there. It's only 4 bolts. Let's see if this side comes apart as easy as the other side did. Let's get this guy out of the way. Yep. Definitely not torqued. There's a stone in there. Yeah. Huh. To the other side, James. Let's take this compression tool all the way off. No sense of having that in there right now. We'll get back to that in a minute. Oh boy, that wasn't tight at all. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Okay, I know when you break the torque on one side, it's going to loosen the torque on the other sides, but shouldn't be that loose. And I, failed to look up the proper torque. What this means is that I'm going to have to go over every square inch of this bike, make sure everything is tight, nothing's loose, because, if you're taking stuff apart and you're not putting the heads back on properly, who's to say you put the tire on right? This is why my YouTube channel is called Do It Yourself, Do It Right, because obviously people don't know how to do it right, or choose not to do it right. Yeah, look at that. Look at that gasket fall right out of there. Much of the same. At least I got the stack up right. And get some, oh, I thought I had a cracked head for a minute there. Whoo! Oh boy, I thought, whoo! Thought it was a cracked head. I'll show you what I was talking about. Or I'll show you what I was looking at when I was about to get myself a heart attack a second ago. Anyway, so when I was just looking at this, I looked at this right here. I don't know if it's really going to come through on the camera very well. But when you look at this angle here, that looks like a crack. And it's just the, you know, it's the same one as this back here. It's a casting mark is what it is. There we go. Let's get these pebbles out of there. Yeah, give her a little tappy tap. A little bit of tappy tap. Oh. Get out of there. Get out of there. Lots of pebbles. They're still in there. Well, guess they're going to go along for the ride. As you can see, this one actually had a head gasket. Because this is it. The other side did not. It's, well, you can see she's also rather oily. But, like the other side, not terribly bad. Look at that. Oh, piston come up. Oh, yeah, there she goes. Up and down, up and down. At the center. There it is. Not too bad, actually. I wonder how bad the rings are. The rings. The rings would make it smoke. If the rings are shot, well, right now would be a good time to put a new set of rings in it. But like the terrible YouTuber that I am, I didn't buy a set of rings for it. Why didn't I buy a set of rings for it? Oh boy. Anyways, well, I'm just gonna clean this up as best as I can. Probably with some brake clean that I found over at my dad's house. It's probably been in the back room for 30 years. Hopefully it will still clean because it's brake clean. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up, and I'll bring you back when I'm getting ready to put it all back together. And by all back together, I mean put the head on it. Maybe put the exhaust back on now that it's clean. We'll see how far I get. So I'm tired of cleaning already. I just cleaned up the head a bit, and then I cleaned up this mess up in here. So when I put it all back together and I started to see another oil leak, well, yeah, I knew I messed up and I should have done the base gaskets as well, but I'm gonna put the base gaskets in my stock of parts because I don't think the base gaskets were leaking. I think it all came down from that head that had no gasket on it because somebody's a dingleberry. So let's get it all back together. I'm gonna smear a little bit of this petroleum jelly around here just to keep the seal, or the gasket, whatever you want to call it, the head gasket, in place. You don't want it to slide all around while you're trying to put this thing back together. It's just a little, you know, just a little bit, just enough to make it a little bit sticky so she doesn't want to move. Help it seal up a little bit better too. Now these are crushable gaskets. Basically when you put the head down, you tighten it down, it's gonna crush it down like this one. See how it's kind of, there's like a little ring, a little ridge right there. That's what makes the seal. So we're gonna hold on to that other one just in case. Well, that's not gonna hold it into place either. That little bit of Vaseline I put there. Oh, got a phone call. Let's go ahead and put this thing back together. Even though I don't know the proper torque for these cylinder bolts. That's always grandioso. I put a call out on the old face space see what all the old timers got to say on there, because that's, you know, they're a wealth of knowledge all the time, and they like to tell you everything you need to know. I probably should have cleaned this head up here a little bit. Let's spray this down. Let's go ahead and clean this up first. I failed to do this. She's a little grimy. She's a little nasty. I'm going through like 900 rags today, which is fine. It happens. I don't want to make it too pretty because, it's not that kind of bike. All right, bolts, washers. Oh, it's kind of weird looking. They're all there. All the washers, lock washers are on top. Just gonna get it set down and started. Try not to move this gasket at all. Got it nice and centered. Put one bolt in the hole at a time. That's how I roll. There we go. She's down. Where's my 14 millimeter? I've lost my sight. Oh, here it is. Gonna get each one of these started first before you start wrenching them down, because that's the way you're supposed to do it. You start wrenching them all down, then you might not be able to get one started, and you gotta take it all loose again. So ask Carl from Gulfstream about that. Putting wing root panels on. Poor guy. He had like probably 200 screws to put in. Started putting the first ones in nice and tight, and by the time he got back halfway through, they didn't line up because, there's wiggle room. Lots of wiggle room in screw holes. Apparently he didn't know that. They didn't teach him that in A&P school. And that's a lesson you learn the hard way. Let's go ahead and throw the other cylinder on. Actually, I'm gonna have to clean that one up too, because I didn't clean that one. I'm beginning to think the more I look at and work on this bike, I'm beginning to think that somebody just used this thing as like a dirt bike. Just took it off-road a lot. It's probably the reason why I don't have a title for it. But it does come up clean. There's no, it's not stolen. Okay, hopefully this head is not warped so bad that won't seal. It's kind of wobbly. Hopefully it doesn't need to be decked, because if it does, I'm not doing it. That's a little bit too much, a little bit too expensive for a $200 motorcycle to take the engine and have the cylinder heads flattened, decked, whatever you want to call it, whatever the proper term is. And just know I'm not doing it. It can leak oil. All right, let's put a ratchet on it, tighten it down a bit, and then go take a lookie at the old Facebook groups and see if anybody answered my question. Okay, that side's tight, gonna tighten up the other side, and then I'll go ahead and do a compression check again. Maybe we jumped up some PSIs with these new gaskets.
One eternity later.
So we're looking at 135 to 140. Whoa, where are you going? Where? Come on back now. What we got? What we got? Let's have a look, see. She sounded good. Oh, yeah, she's up there. That's 35, 135 to 40, so it's the same. We got them to equal out. When the PSIs are the same on both sides, it's gonna work. It's gonna work for me. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy that I was just missing one seal. And I'm also happy that I didn't have to peel those cylinders all the way off, because I didn't really want to do that, because to do that I had to take the carburetors off and whatnot. So I know it's pretty easy, pop them apart, but if I put it all back together and it's still smoking like the dickens, that means either the main seal is bad or something else, and you know, then we'll have to dig back into it. But for now, I'm happy with just changing these head gaskets. So that's probably gonna do it for this video. I don't really, you know, I'm starting to feel a little tense in the back. So I'm gonna call this video here. I'm going to you know, contemplate life and my life decisions, because I think I'm gonna need some stronger pain meds. But if you guys like these kind of videos, these old bike videos, getting them all running, getting them going, getting them back out on the street, check out some of my playlists. I got the CB360 sitting over there. It's almost ready to go. I got a few parts to work on it. I wanted to diagnose this one before I finish that bike. I'll probably roll this one off and bring that one back up, just so I can finish that one. Maybe kick it down the road before springtime. Maybe not. Probably get a better price out of, you know, springtime. But anyways, like, tag, share, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and like always, till next time, thanks a lot. The old interwebs came through. 25 newton meters, which is basically 221 inch-pounds, I believe. And it looks like I've already torqued them to that. Oopsie.